Crew Motorfest whisks us to the Hawaiian paradise of Oahu, where we can subsequently tear up all that natural splendour in roaring supercars. Yes, the Crew is back, albeit in a more focused form. Oahu is smaller than the entire United States offered in the last game, but you'll find just as many interesting racing lines laced across the island. Oh, and above and around it, of course. As in the Crew Way, you can transform into boats and planes on the fly. No pun intended. There are also themed events that radically rework the core DNA. Made in Japan bathes the streets in neon lights. Vintage Garage strips out modern-day GPS, while Electric Odyssey sees you hitting special street lanes to recharge your turbo. It's basically a heap of mini-campaigns, each with a visual or mechanical tweak. But is there an event built around eating ham and pineapple pizza on the beach? Find out on PS4 and PS5 on the 14th of September. Ham and Pineapple may also feature in Gnaw Play With Your Food, which cooks up over 20 virtual dishes for you to mess around with. Yes, it is everything your mom told you not to do as a kid. Tossing out the bits you don't want, stacking up impossible burgers, creating the kind of Frankenstein desserts you don't normally see outside of Pizza Hut's ice cream factory. It is a saucy, sizzling, simmering dish simulator. Throw in a reactive soundtrack and DualSense haptics to capture every mix, grind and chop, and this interactive art game has us salivating. Try not to lick the TV when it releases today on PS4 and PS5. There's hunger and thirst in our next game, but it is quite a different kind. Eternites is a dating game for PS4 and PS5 that happens to unfold during the apocalypse. Looks a little Persona-y this, as you balance the day-to-day routine of dungeon crawling and battering mutated freaks, whilst using your downtime to put the moves on your fellow party members. The deeper your bonds, the more effective they are in combat, and greater the chance of having a quick snog at the end of the world. Will you find love, or spend your time trying to find supplies instead? Hey, at least there's no one left alive to laugh at you if you absolutely biff a date. You can check this one out today. Our next game, Ad Infinitum, is more likely to rip your lips off than give them a lovely kiss. You wake in a deserted manor house only to be transported to the German trenches of the Great War. Not a nice place to be at the best of times, but in these hallucinatory visions you're also stalked by horrors straight out of Silent Hill. Think snuffling blind demons and disjointed puppet attackers. Top tip, run like hell. If you prefer your horror cerebral and psychological, this will scratch that itch as you solve puzzles in your spooky mansions and escape the nightmare creatures of the trenches. Prepare to fight for your sanity on PS5 on the 14th of September. Don't worry, I now have something silly for you after that bleak entry. Axolotl is about an axolotl with an AK. Yes, that should do nicely. Honestly, I'm not sure what you need to know more than that. This is clearly a game about killing everything that stands between you and your next meal, which is a life philosophy I am fully on board with. The more you eat, the more you beef up your weird little guy, and the more sprites end up exploding in screaming death. You can even hatch and raise the next generation of axolotls too. Who knew violence could be this adorable? Play it from the 14th of September on PS4 and PS5. Finally, here is a very quick shout-out for Mortal Kombat 1, which brings its spine-tearing, limb-rending, face-melting hilarity to PS5 next week on the 19th of September, but is available to play in early access from the 14th of September for those buying the premium edition. If you do pick it up early, just try to leave some of the characters intact for when the rest of us get there, okay? Remember that on top of new releases, PlayStation Store also has a special deals tab for savings on everything from the chunkiest blockbusters to the daintiest of indie delights. Oh, and there are extra deals just for PS Plus members too, so keep an eye out for those. Alongside deals, you can also check out the Accessibility Collection for brilliant titles with wide-ranging accessibility options. And don't forget you can browse the full lineup of new releases and even purchase all of this content online at store.playstation.com, with PS4 games available through backwards compatibility on PS5. Please remember all PlayStation Store content is subject to